Congratulations to you. I want to know, what was it about this job that you liked so much? We say James Harden, we say Russell Westbrook, but there's so many questions about them. I'm told both of them signed off on you, and obviously ownership obviously believes in you a lot. Talk to me about what was attractive for you in regards to this job.
Well, there's so much. I mean, it starts with ownership, and Tillman Fertitta has a plan and believes in me and is not afraid to spend, which is amazing. And as you've alluded to in previous interviews, that you need an owner that believes in you, especially as a young African-American coach, and that's just fact. And that really shows what kind of guy he is and what kind of management that we have here. Rafael Stone is the new GM, and I enjoyed talking to him, and we clicked right away. And a lot of the things that I believe as far as how basketball should be played that I've learned from my dad and Don Nelson and Rick Carlisle over the years are a lot of the things that they are interested in here as well. And then, as you alluded to have two of the best players in the NBA, 2 MVPs, 2 future Hall of Famers, and the ability to win it and win it all, where I don't have to be in a rebuilding situation. This is the ideal job for me after working for so long and so hard to get to this point, to be with this organization.
Let me give it to you right now. I got something to ask
you. Yes, sir.
It's a little bit hot right here. And I'm going to generalize it by asking you this question. Daryl Morey is the new president of basketball operations in the city of Philadelphia. Now, there are some people in that city that believes he is there, and the mission is to get James Harden to Philadelphia. Now, I'm not going to ask you about James Harden, but what I will ask you is this. Are you of the mindset that there are certain guys that are untouchable, or are you of the mindset that no one is untouchable in professional basketball in particular?
That's a good question. That's my first official head coach type question. I appreciate it, and I wouldn't expect it from anybody but you, Stephen A. I appreciate that question. But as far as James, he's our guy. He's our guy. And in the interview process, I talked to both James and Russ and let them know that the reason that I want this job is because of them. So I expect those guys to be here. I haven't heard anything else to the contrary. So that's how I feel about it, and that's how it's going to be.
Is there, Russell Westbrook, you bring up James and Russ. Russell Westbrook is a phenomenal player. My favorite player to watch because he's always going at 100%. But sometimes, Coach, I got the feeling watching him in the playoffs especially that he wants it so bad he almost pulls too hard. And I think has worked against him in the past. What is your feeling about Westbrook and James Harden, for that matter, in the playoffs, and why they haven't already gone all the way? They've both been on talented teams.
Well, first with Russ, I want him to play his game. I want him to go. I want to see all that energy. I want to see all that fire, and we'll work around all the other stuff. There aren't, but I mean, he's really the only one in the NBA that you see that fire from on a night-to-night basis, whether it's game 1, game 40, or 7th game of the playoffs. So that's what I want to see for